here we are at another project in South Nyack, and as you can tell from the before videos what the kitchen looked like beforehand, this is 2 days after where we've demoed everything down to the frame. So this house isn't that old, the kitchen wasn't that old, but the homeowner wanted to update everything to more of an upper end look, which you'll see as the project progresses. So if we take a look over here, we can see that the walls have all been brought down to the framing, and the window, we're going to work within the parameters of the header that's existing in the size. What we're going to do is we're going to put a picture window with an arched top on it, so when we take out the centerpiece and all these grids, it'll make the view much larger, and it'll be much more enjoyable to look outside at the scenery. The toaster toe kick heater, that is going to be changed, and we're going to put a new one in, a little bit larger capacity to handle those colder days. So the sink was here, and basically there was a U-shaped kitchen. The cooktop was here, and you can see the ductwork for the downdraft unit, which we're going to close up. And obviously you'll see that from the before pictures. So now that we've gutted everything, over in this area we're going to put a smaller sink so that water doesn't have to be carried from one side of the kitchen to the other, because we're going to make a hearth area here for cooking, which is going to be a professional range, double oven and cooktop, 48-inch pro range, which you'll see with a beautiful hood that we're going to be putting above it. And then we're going to be putting a built-in refrigerator to the right here, which will also be bigger and larger than the original kitchen. So as the video progresses throughout the weeks to come, you'll see this beautiful project come into fruition. And if I get a chance to speak anymore, if I come out, I'll keep you up to date as the progress is going on. Here we are a week later. So we're going to modify the wainscot paneling over here with a material called AZAC, which is awesome because it's made out of a composite. It won't split or crack. So Desi today is working on this area here. And then if you follow me around the kitchen, so this past week what we've done is we've roughed in the HVAC, the plumbing, and the electrical. Take a look here. We can see that the ductwork has now been installed for the exhaust hood. We can see the cap coming down at the elbow, and it comes across in the ceiling. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the exterior cap eventually for the exhaust. And the other bay we haven't started yet, but we're going to be bringing in the fresh air. So as Madison follows me around the room here, we can see that all the electrical has been brought up to code. You can see the blue boxes, the yellow wiring, that's all brand new. These tails that you see here, this is for under cabinet lighting and for interior cabinet lighting. So we are going to still have to insulate. Our window got delivered this afternoon, so we're going to pick that up. And then on our next video, you'll be able to see the new window, which will have the arch on it. And it'll give us a much better view of the exterior. You can also see the original toe kick heater has been removed, and the plumbing has been properly roughed for it. The reason we don't put the toe kick heater in before the cabinets is what we like to do is we'll fill that flooring in and we'll make an access panel underneath the sink, and then we push it forward to the grill so that it works to the best efficiency. So as we walk around, we can see that again, tails for the electrical, and you can see everything's being brought up to code. All this yellow wiring is all brand new. And as we scoot over to this area, when we filmed this last week, the gas line was sticking out of the floor. So the gas line has now been reworked. So we still have to cap off the ductwork. That was for a downdraft unit. But you can see the gas line is reworked, and then it comes over to here. So our gas line's been run to this area, and we can see the black pipe has all been reworked. And then this right here is going to be our shutoff for our range. So this is all brand new. We can also see the ice maker box here for the refrigerator has been updated, and a new one has been installed. And you can see also that our sink was here, the original sink in the kitchen, but because we have a much bigger range, the new sink has been moved to the left. So you can see here that we cut into the vent stack and the drain line, and then we ran the new drain for the sink. You can see the nailing plates to make sure that when the drywall is put on that there's no accidental screws that are put into the plumbing. And then we can see the cold supply and the hot supply. And this is a product called PEX. It's very modern, very superior to using copper and other products because it'll basically last forever. The other thing that we still have to do, which I don't see yet, is the plumbing for the pot filler faucet. So that has to get done as well. So again, we can see the progress of the project and how nicely it's moving along. So we'll start filling in the flooring, but the electrical's not 100%. That'll be finished up next week, and the HVAC will be capped off, and then we'll put the fresh air inlet in. During a project, it's very important that we try to contain the dust and protect the client's home as best as possible. So you can see here for the stairs, we put a plastic barrier with a zipper in it for the family to be able to open and close it to go upstairs. You can also see for the hallway, we did the same thing here with another zipper. And then of course we try to encapsulate as much dust control as we can. You see both on this side to the dining area or living room. You can also see that we put masonite down to protect the floors. And this is a product called Stay Put. It's a little bit of a tacky foam, which is excellent for carpeting, wood flooring, and things like that. And what we'll do is we'll maintain this throughout the project to contain and maintain environmental control the best we can for the family. Sometimes the first compliment we get the first week we're in a person's home is how clean we try to keep it. So we do the best we can. It is a construction site. This here is just a roll of the Stay Put. Gives you an example of the product that we protect everything with. And of course masonite boards, and you'll also see their tarps are used as well. So that gives you an idea of our maintenance control. Even on the ceiling you can see that plastic has been put there with the loft area to protect it as well. So that's it for today. Gives you an idea of the progress of our job. So here we are in the back of the kitchen, and what we had to do is we had to frame in the outside wall put the new window in. Obviously it still has to be painted and primed, but you can see that the hardy board, it's a cement composite shingle, has all been reworked because of the new window. In this particular home, we had a lot of problems with the trim because the previous trim was made out of real wood, and over the years it was all rotted. So what we did is we took all of it off in this section of the home and we replaced it with a product called AZAC. And AZAC is an exterior product that once it's primed and painted, basically will last a very long time and won't have the same problems as the rotting wood did. And also you'll notice the two vents. So the one on the left here above the window is now the new exhaust vent for the range hood, and the one on the right is going to bring fresh air back into the kitchen. It's called the Makeover system. So when the exhaust is on the hood, as it's extracting air, because our homes are much tighter now, they're insulated better and sealed better, we want to bring fresh air in so it doesn't create a vacuum effect. So the vent on the right is called the Makeover vent, and that's what the two ducts are for. And you also notice we replaced all the trim all the way up that was no good. So we can see that the floor has been sanded, if you follow me this way, and one coat of stain has been put on, a nice walnut color. It looks beautiful, and a couple of coats of sealer, but the final coat and sealer will be done after the cabinets are installed. You can also see that the floors have been carefully covered with stay put, rosin paper, and masonite to protect the new finished floors as the men are working. And they've been bringing the cabinets in as well to stage them. You can see the guys are getting started with the first cabinet, which is the sink cabinet. And they've created a trap door for the kick space heater so that it's accessible if it ever needs to be serviced or bled. And in the background, you also see the beautiful new window that was installed. Even though it's slightly smaller, you can see that there's no more divisions because it's a picture window, and it opens up the view completely now and looks a lot nicer. So we can also see that the cabinets have been brought in from the other room, being staged properly to get ready to put the kitchen together. So within the next couple of days, we'll start to see the cabinets go in, and we'll get some progress as the men continue to work and get the cabinets installed. One of the things that's very interesting about this project is you notice right here this barrel hinge, and this is actually a faux hinge. It's for cosmetic reasons only. When we open the door, this right here is a fully adjustable 6-way heavy-duty metal hinge, and obviously it's a soft close. But what's interesting is years ago we would use real barrel hinges, and you wouldn't get the same adjustment out of it. With this system, by using the inset European hinge, we actually put this on as a dummy or a faux to give it that high-end classic look with the beaded inset. So I think that's a very nice, interesting feature. So what we see Max doing here is notching out for this steel bracket. So this steel bracket is going to be installed this way because there's an overhang here for stools. So once he installs this, and it's pretty heavy, I can't even lift it with one hand, you can see it's a very, very heavy steel brace. This will go in here like this, and it'll be anchored, and all that will be underneath the countertop is this thin plate. So it'll be very inconspicuous, and it'll give strong support to the overhang for the countertop.